Good morning. It's going to be a gorgeous, beautiful day. We're heading to Berkey to take a bin down. Dad is loading the sprayer up to finish top dressing the wheat. He's got maybe 130-ish acres to go, so a couple loads out today and it'll be good. He's getting loaded up. He had, like I said yesterday, he had a really good day. Did 350 acres. Blew through like 13,000 gallons of product or something. He said, I don't know, I'd have to do the math on it, but he's probably got 4 loads to do today, something like that, and then he might come down and help us from the bin, or we'll see where we're at with everything. But I wonder how much 28 we've got left in the tank. We're down to just above the bottom ring there, right there. So got enough to do the wheat here, but we're gonna need to get another load in, or maybe 2 for corn starter and the summer needs. And yeah, 28 price has gone up tremendously since we bought and filled that tank. So it is what it is. All right, let's get number 2 out of there. Change the look here a little bit. I gotta get some pictures of the inside of the one bin that I'm still selling, that I'm pretty sure is spoken for, but the guy wanted to see some pictures of some specific things, and there's about 10 other of you that decided they want it too, so it's gone. Also, the old forklift that I'm selling, I've had several bites on it, but everybody wants to know how many hours are on it. I'm like, I don't even know. There is an hour meter. I have no idea if it's accurate, but I figured I better go take a picture of that too. Yeah, she says 727. There's no way that hour meter is accurate. None whatsoever. So, also they wanted to know a year. I don't know, but if anybody can figure out what year this forklift is based off of this serial number and or model number, it'd be super helpful for me. After like 1994 or 5, you can tell the year from the serial number pretty easily. Before that, I'm not so sure. And this is definitely before that. I'm thinking we're 80s-ish, maybe early 90s. That's my guess, but I really don't know. Anybody? Well, we know what we're doing now since we've already done one. So first step is to get our jacks in. We've got to get them anchored to this, and then we're going to put in one concrete anchor so that they don't move around. Look, it's Brock. Did you get to sleep last night, Brock?
No, not really.
He worked all night, but it's a lot closer from where he works to here than it is from here to home to back to here. So he just came straight here. Okay, well, we got our jacks on. We finally got all the bolts out of all the holes in the bottom sheet, which there was a bunch of them. And we're loose, up in the air, so we can start taking sheets apart. Just still got them labeled. Where's number 1? Over there. We're a half an hour ahead of Monday's pace. We got 2 rings off. We're gonna go eat lunch. It's like 11:30, so we're a little early, but it'll be fine. We'll come back and get that down. Now we're back. Next ring off here. roof sheets coming off. So the first one is on top of both, and then you kind of got to work with the legs that are overlapping each other, which appears to go this way around, which is opposite of the last one. I guess I can get these brackets off the sidewall here. Brock's taking nuts off the ones up high. We just have the three of us today, so we got to have people outside to carry these sheets. You know, this is our second full day of taking grain bins apart. Right, Brock? Second day of taking grain bins apart?
Right.
That right there is the first kernel of corn that I have found. Or grain. Like, that's how we clean bins out. We've been taking them apart. They've been used for 50 years. And I've found one kernel. Well, the roof's down. Let's take the last two sheets apart and do some cleaning. What time is it? 2:30. Oh, we're killing it. NASCAR tire changers, pit crews should take bins down for training. Bolt after bolt after bolt. I was gonna do some math to figure out how many bolts there are. Oh, he tricked me. And these are down. These are small bins, but I figured there was 36 per sheet, I think. Okay, I gotta go. Brock's tired, so he's going home. He did come straight from a 24-hour shift at his real job. Anyway, we got this bin down, all cleaned up, ready to go on to the next one. This one that we just took down, my cousin that lives in the house here wants, so he's getting it. So, I don't know where we're going to put it, but the other guys from that one that we took down Monday, it's in the barn. He's coming tomorrow to get it, so we'll make some room. Well, one more to go. We're basically done. We get that all down, so Phil's going to take a couple things off of the last bin to do there. I'm going to head back to Waldron. Dad got done side dressing or top dressing the wheat, putting the nitrogen on. And then he came down here, helped us for a little bit, had some grass seed. He's seeding a ditch bank that we had the ditch cleaned out last fall, so he's trying to get some grass growing on that. And while he was here, he's like, oh crap, I forgot about 11 acres, because apparently he had done a field and ran out, had 11 acres left, and decided to go spray a full load on a new field. And then he had some sprayer trouble, and he got frustrated, and he just left. So he was gonna spread his grass seed and then go back and finish top dressing. We got 11 acres to do. It's not a big deal. But I should probably head back just in case he still needs help figuring that computer out. Made it back here. Dad's not back yet. He was still seeding grass when I went by, so I expect him pretty soon. But yeah, we used a bunch of 28 up over the last day here. That tank is almost empty. It's right there. And yeah, we're going to need a bunch for planting yet, and then I need 28 to go through my 360 rain on the irrigated field up there, so I got 2 more loads coming. And let me tell you, that tank right there made us a whole bunch of money this year. So 28, well, fertilizer in general, but especially nitrogen prices right now are a little high. The 2 loads, 50 ton that I just ordered today, that's like $270 a ton, something like that. Which, no, sorry, $370 a ton, $370 a ton for the 28, which is high. We've paid more than that before, but that's pretty high. Last year, or last fall, when we filled that tank, it was $250 something. So $120 a ton savings. We can get 100 ton in there. Is that right? Yeah. So that's $17,000. That tank pretty well paid for itself in 1 year. What a deal. I got a big box today. Kind of a box. A big package. Let's open it up. Pretty impressive shrink wrapping job here. It's, oop. Yeah, lost my blade. Let's see if I can cut myself there. There. We got a pallet on top of a pallet with a box in the middle. I know what it is. I don't know if I told you guys about this one or not. Ugh, okay. This is a new Forklift battery charger. An appropriately sized forklift battery charger. So, you guys may remember I bought a new battery for that forklift earlier this winter, a month or two ago. And it's really nice. Works awesome. But I can't get it charged fully. I can't get this one charged fully either. And so I was doing a little research and trying to figure stuff out a little bit. And when I bought that forklift, that was the first one I bought, it came with that charger. Obviously, it was used. I told the guy I didn't have three-phase power. I needed a single-phase charger. He's like, oh, I think we got one on the shelf. And that's what he gave me. I, not knowing any better at the time, assumed that it was fine. And he had made some comment, the salesman, that, without three-phase power, you're not really going to be able to charge the battery fully, or it's just not going to be able to do it quickly. I'm like, well, I don't really care. It can take as long as it takes to charge. I don't care. I'm not using it every 8 hours where it's got to be ready to go, right? Doesn't matter. So I didn't think anything of it. And it worked. And the battery that I scrapped last week, it was in there. It was 10 years that I had been running. It was used when I got it. It's not like it was junk from the very beginning. But I found out that these battery chargers come in different sizes and different capacities, and they need to be sized to the battery that you have. I was unaware of that. And so that is an 850 amp hour battery. I assume the one in that forklift is the same. I don't know that because it doesn't really say anywhere on there, but they're the same size battery, same number of cells. I assume that they're at least in the same ballpark. This charger here is rated 208, 240, 480 input, single phase. We run it at 240, so it pulls 18 amps. 48 volt output. Maximum amp hours, 260. See that? 260. See, that's a problem. That's a problem because that's an 850 amp hour battery. And my charger's rated for just over a quarter of that. And according to the research and the guy that sells battery chargers, that's a good way to wreck a battery. Now, I don't know if that's true because, like I said, the one I had was 10 years. I've had it for 10 years, and it worked pretty well for most of that time. But I've also bought a brand new battery that I don't want to wreck, and I want to be able to fully charge. So I bought a new battery charger that is capable of that, I think. Let's get it out. Let's see. We'll pull this tape off of here. Okay. Well, there's that. Let's see what the tag on this one says. 208, 240, 480. Single phase output 48 volts. 600 to 840. Yeah, this one was the size just smaller than what I needed, but the salesman said they're rated for within a 10% tolerance either way. 10% of 840 would be 84 amp hours. That's well over the 850, so this was good. It's possible that I could have used a size bigger, but I think the size bigger started at like 900 or something. It would have been a little bit oversized. This one was a couple $100 cheaper, so that's what I went with. So anyway, we're going to figure out how to get this thing set up. One thing we do need, probably, we're going to pull 37 amps. Is that what that says? I don't understand here. What's this? 43.2, 37.4, 18.7. What's the 2, 4, and 7? Like, it should be 43, 37, and 18 amps. That makes sense. So 37 amps. I got a 30 amp circuit over there. We're going to have to run new wires. the 10 gauge ain't gonna cut it. So we're probably gonna have to run a 50 amp circuit. I was gonna pull these cords out, see what we got for ends, and do some wiring. Okay, well, on the power side, this is number 8 wire. We'll have to, yeah, we'll look at that. But we've got a problem. That connector is gray. And I don't think it's gonna mate with my blue connectors. 48 volt is supposed to be blue, not gray. I think 36 volt is gray. But it says 48 volt. So, I might have, we'll try it. We'll see if they connect, but I doubt it. And then we're going to have to make a phone call or an email or something. Dang it. All right. Well, here's what it is. Well, there's the inside of a battery charger. All right. We got to move this wire over to the 240. It's set up for 208 right now, so that's easy to do. Kind of a, let's see, yeah, single phase 240. You just got to move that. No big deal. That's easy. Charger output rating, AC fuse ratings on main side. Let's see. No, that's not what we want. Oh, what are we rated at here? 48 volts. 120 amp. Okay, so 48 volt, 120 amp. Input fuse rating, it says 63. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna need a big circuit. Looks like we gotta change this one too. 208 over to the 240 side there. Well, I guess the gray and the blue do mate together, so should be okay. Cool. All right. Well, I gotta figure out if we're gonna put this back in the same place. If we are, I gotta probably run new conduit because the conduit's not gonna be big enough to get 6. I'm gonna have to run number 6 wire. I don't think 8's gonna be big enough. I know it's 8 on that cord, but I don't know if 8's gonna be big enough for the size of the circuit we gotta run. I gotta look it up for 63 amps. I don't know. We're gonna have to see. The efficient place would be to put it over here by my electric panel, but that's not a great spot to be parking my forklifts. So we might have to rearrange a little bit, but for temporary at least, we might just run a little plug right there and set the charger right there where my fridge is. Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna happen today, I can tell you that. Dad's back. Let's make sure he's good to go on his computer. Finish up the last 11 acres. Okay, he's good. I'm gonna go mow my lawn. You guys, thanks for watching today. This is a good day. We got another bin down. Look at, there's some field work happening over there. You see that clear in the background? Can we zoom in there? No, can't zoom in there. He's out spreading manure. I don't know that it's dry, but he's out doing that. So we might look around at some fields tomorrow. If it doesn't rain tonight, which doesn't look like it's going to, it sort of feels like it, but it's not supposed to. I don't know. Guy's coming to get that one bin, so we're gonna go to Berkey in the morning and get that all loaded up, and then I've got some seed deliveries and stuff we're probably gonna work on the rest of the day, unless I think we can plant something. It's unlikely, but it's possible. So thanks for watching this one. If you would like the video, subscribe to the channel for me, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Yeah, we should see you tomorrow. I don't know that I'm going to make a video tomorrow. If it's just deliveries, I don't know that I'll make a video. So I might not see you tomorrow, in which case, have a great weekend. Happy Easter, everyone. Yeah, have a good weekend.